Reality. Reality receipts.
Hi, guys. Welcome back to the Reality Receipts podcast starring me, Storytime with Ricky.
And me, Reality Ashley, and we're back to talk about Love Island Games Season 2, Episode 3 today. But before we do that, we got a little receipt report. Another Love is Blind lawsuit dropped in the news in the last couple of days. So did you see this?
I did see it. Steven, Brokey boy, Steven, the red
Cheater and Brokey.
cheater and Brokey. This was Tyler's season, yes? Of Love.
No, this. Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Yes. Same as, yep,
Yeah.
season
So,
7.
yeah.
Season 7, the DC season. Yes.
Yes. So Steven, who was paired with Monica, he was the redhead guy, that had that weird sleep study. He had all of the weird, like, having sex with a bowl of macaroni and cheese talk. He was that guy, the freaky frog. He filed a lawsuit against Kinetic, Love is Blind, Netflix, and some of the castmates on his season. Marissa is speaking out against the lawsuit, and Marissa is actually an attorney. So she did a really
Yeah.
good breakdown of the lawsuit on her Instagram yesterday. So we're just going to kind of go over that with you guys so you know, like, some of the claims he's making. And she's actually like
Yes.
debunking some of the claims, saying it wasn't her experience. So, and they were on the same season.
Yes. Yeah, they were on the same season. Steven obviously got caught sexting someone. Monica found those texts, and then they had that little Venmo funny thing where he owed her like $400, and so he filed a lawsuit against Kinetic Content and Delirium TV. So that's the two production companies. And he says that they should have been classified as employees in their contracts, but were willfully misclassified as contestant, participant, cast member, and similar job titles as independent contractor. So basically, he's suing, saying that they weren't classified properly, therefore they didn't get paid properly.
Ugh.
And he also said that they had complete domination over their time, schedule, ability to eat, drink, sleep, and communicate with the outside world. Obviously, by season 7, everyone knows what Love is Blind entails. You get your phone taken away, you're in these pods, you're like, it's no surprise. And I just think of shows like Big Brother or basically any reality show where they're taking your phone, you're on camera 24/7. I mean, no one can really claim this naiveness to what they're really walking into. And that isn't to say like you knew what you signed up for, but they are creating a TV show. There does have to be some rules. And we've seen from the last few seasons, they do get a lot of food, they get a lot of water. Maybe they don't get a lot of sleep, but we've heard from Love Island, they're up till 3, 4 in the morning and getting up because they are making a television show. And that's just you can't just have like a 6, 7, 8 hour workday when you're doing that. And
Yeah.
I think everyone knows that when they sign up. So
Yeah.
obviously we saw that season 2 lawsuit with the similar
And they won,
claims.
right? And they
They
won that lawsuit.
did.
Right.
They did settle that one and gave them, I think, 1,000,000 or 1.4 divided between, I think it was season 1, 2, and 3, or maybe just 1 and 2. So I think they all got like 8 grand or something like that. So
Mhm.
obviously Steven saw that and thought, why not jump on this train, right?
Right. Right. And I do know it's a class action lawsuit. Marissa, who was on the same season and who is also an attorney, said she's not going to be joining the lawsuit because a lot of the claims are frivolous, and it was not her experience. And I think, like, since season 2, we have definitely seen lots of water, lots of food, lots of things being provided for the cast to, like, you know what I mean? Because they made it clear that, we are feeding these people. We're not holding and the thing is, they're not being held against their will. So if you do feel these ways, you can leave.
Yeah.
Just like Love Island, right? Like, anybody is able to leave the show whenever they want. So that's what I don't understand. But this is also why Love is Blind needs to stop casting jobless people. They need to stop casting brokies, because again, here we are, going into season 9, and you're just now coming out with this lawsuit. Like, funds must have
Mhm.
run extremely low. But Marissa did do a really good job on her Instagram going through each claim, and then
Mhm.
she kind of spoke on her experience with that claim. But in the nutshell, it's what you said. And she said that wasn't her experience at all. He said that it was like an unsafe work environment because there were cameras and cords, and then said And then another one of his claims is that they weren't able to go anywhere without production and had to be escorted everywhere. And Marissa says that the reason they had to be escorted everywhere was because of the cords and the cameras and for safety purposes to navigate around the studios, you know? So it's
Yeah.
like, which one is it? Like, it can't be both, you know? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
when
it
the
says left members of the cast alone for hours, at times with no access to a phone, duh, food, or any other type of contact with the outside world, duh, that's the experiment, until
and
they
he
were required to return to working on production, like, and she said this isn't true. She said that they were able to access room service, they were able to access food, but to say that no contact with the outside world and no phone, that is the experiment. Like,
yeah,
what are you talking
and
about, you know?
that was probably good for him considering as soon as he did get his phone back, he was cheating on Monica. So, like, I think they were helping him out there. I don't know what he needed his phone so bad for. If you don't have a
Yeah.
job and you're single going on the show, what do you need your phone for? So,
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
frivolous.
Very frivolous. Like, yeah, like the first one is like food and water, and like he said, to the point of severe hunger. Like, that is so, like, severe
Yeah.
hunger? Really?
I mean, I think anyone that has a job, like say you're a doctor or you're a nurse or something and you're working and you're busy working, sometimes you don't always get to get food the minute you need it, right? And like from what we saw, they were given food at points in the day, and maybe it wasn't the second you wanted it, but again, it's a workplace. It's a they're I don't know. It's hard because they obviously Netflix makes a lot of money, and maybe they should be paying these contestants more, and they wouldn't run into these problems. But on the other side of that, you see half of these contestants go from total nobodies, and they're not actors, they don't have any special skills. They just go from obscurity to a Netflix star. They get millions of followers and make millions of dollars potentially for nothing, right? Netflix gives them that platform. So why would they pay a bunch of random people without TV skills hundreds of thousands of dollars to appear on the show when they're already giving them access to this huge platform, right? So
Yeah.
it doesn't really make a lot of sense. It is a lottery to go on the show. You might end up not seen, you might end up not liked, or you might end up a star. You don't know. It's a chance, right? It's a lottery, and they really need to figure out a way to stop the bitterness of the people who don't end up the stars, right? Because
Can't
that's what we
get the
keep
edit.
seeing
That's what
happen.
it's all about. Yeah, you didn't get the edit you wanted, and you ended up a villain. And like you said, it's a gamble, right? You're either gonna go
Mhm,
and people are gonna love you, or you're gonna go and people are gonna hate you. And it's gonna actually
mhm.
ruin whatever little life you might have had before. Like, I'm sure
Mhm.
I'm sure Tyler's gonna join this class action lawsuit because he's a brokey, right? Like, he
Yeah.
needs the money. Steven is a brokey. He needs the money. I wouldn't be surprised if Ramses joined the lawsuit because you're a brokey and it didn't go the way you wanted it to. Had it gone the way you wanted it to, Steven, if you would have came out and everyone's like, "Oh my God, he's so sweet, he's so kind, he's so this, like,
Mhm.
we
We
love
wouldn't
him," we wouldn't be hearing anything about this lawsuit. But it's a money
yeah.
grab. And they should stop casting men, unemployed men.
Yeah. I think it just creates a lot of resentment to see some of the people on the show are sort of loved by Netflix and they get to go to events. Like when we went to the summer break party, Marissa was there. So she's one of the ones that Netflix likes. And as far as we have heard, she might even be on Perfect Match. So like, some of these people get rewarded and so then you have people like Steven who go back into obscurity, right? And they're watching their fellow castmates get all of these perks. Of course they're going to be angry with Netflix and wonder why not me, and they're going to strike out in these ways of trying to sue them. So I get that they're resentful, but it's a gamble, and you really need to think harder before going on the shows. I think. I don't know
Yeah.
if they don't realize like it's not a guarantee. Not everybody will be a star. Not everyone will be loved, but they should really explain that to them
Yeah.
better, I think.
Yeah, and it's honestly, like, when you think about it and you think of all of the seasons of Love Is Blind and who's memorable and who would you say is like a breakout star and was able to turn this into a full-time career? There's not many of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's not many of them. Like, name
No.
5 right now that you would say is like a breakout star that was able to turn this into a career.
Well, I think the married couples obviously have a lot of success. Not not huge success. They're not stars, but they're able to, make a little influencing career and travel and do events and do cool things. And that was really up to Steven. He is the one that messed up his situation. He could have
Mhm.
gone to the altar with Monica. He could have said yes. She could have said no. He might have been loved. Like, he wasn't necessarily not liked until he cheated on her. So
Huh.
he did that to himself. So I don't know what he wants Netflix to do. Like,
And
not
he had
show
a
that?
weird, like, had this weird excuse, like sleep study excuse. You know what I mean? And
Mhm,
he somehow thinks this whole like, oh, me and Monica had talked, and then, then she wanted 30 minutes to put her makeup on and then yelled at me on camera. That
mhm.
doesn't change the situation. That doesn't change
No.
what you did. Like, I don't know why you think that you're smoking gun. Like,
It's funny that they sign up to do a TV show and then they get shocked when it's a TV show. It's like,
mhm,
"The producers told me to do this." Yeah, they're producers of a TV show that you are on. Like, I don't know what they think that they're signing up for, but I think Steven will find himself in a bit of trouble because, all throughout his season, he was breaking his NDA. He was sending random people voice notes, which ended up on Reddit. Like, if people would DM him, he was loving the attention so much, he would tell them everything. So this one girl posted all of the things he told her, and obviously, I don't know if Netflix can prove that, but how else would this girl know it? And he does follow this girl on Instagram, but he said what you just said, like how Monica wanted to put makeup on before yelling, and he was giving people the whole behind the scenes of filming, which they're not allowed to do. Like, the NDA prevents them from doing that. So for him to break the NDA and now sue them is a little bit risky because obviously they're going to defend it however they can. So he did tell this girl that he was coming off of Lexapro and that's why he was acting so crazy on the show. So he admits that he was not behaving normally. So that's not Netflix's fault, right? So
yeah,
allegedly, because this is a Reddit thing, but it sounds
yeah.
like something he would do, voice note people.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely, and it's honestly very strange, like, his lawsuit is almost, like, identical to the season
season 2.
2, whatever
Mhm,
one. It's almost like he's saying the same exact things, and it's like, there's
mhm,
been a clear, like, even the viewer can see that there has been a clear shift in, like, what they specifically show us on camera. Now we see all the food in the lounge. We see
mhm,
foods on the dates. You know what I mean?
mhm.
We see food at the mixer. Like, we see food in their hotel room. Like, now we
Yes.
see food. So it's like you can't
Mhm.
really make the same claims. But
No. No, you can't, and I mean, I think Netflix at this point will have to countersue, which with Renee, right? We see them suing her for $4 million. I don't know what happened with that, but I thought that was going to sort of stop these lawsuits, but Steven is bold, I guess, and wants to go toe to toe with them. So, Ricky, my favorite season is here. There is a chill in the air, crispy leaves on the ground, and it's got me thinking about my favorite fall recipes that I like to make. Do you have any favorites?
girl, I have been using HelloFresh to make soups. I love soups in the fall. I love like hearty meals, and I made their beef stew the other day. It fed me for like a week. It was supposed to only be for 2 people, but I really could feed like 8. Like, so the meals are just like much bigger, and like it's just they have the best new fall recipe. Have you been using HelloFresh?
I have been using HelloFresh. I love it. And you probably noticed that they have doubled their menu lately. So you can now choose from 100 options each week, which is amazing.
Oh my god, I love the healthier meal options because 'cause I'm trying to get fit, and they say summer bodies are made in the winter, so I love that they have a lot of healthier meal options packed with proteins, packed with veggies, and I already told you about the steak and seafood. You get so many more steak and seafood options at no extra cost, so
The best way to cook just got better. Go to HelloFresh.com/RR10FM now to get 10 free meals plus a free item for life. One per box with active subscription. Free meals applied as discount on first box. New subscribers only. Varies by plan. That's HelloFresh.com/RR10FM to get 10 free meals plus a free item for life. I think it's like the Cardi B thing. Like, did you watch that trial where she said, if you do this to me again, I will countersue and come after you, because a lot of people are told, especially from lawyers, like, you just put these frivolous lawsuit out, they want it to go away. So they're going to give you $1 million to just go away and shut up.
Yeah,
So
or
they're
she's gonna give you something. Yeah.
yeah. So that's what Steven's been told, obviously. So I think instead of just paying it out again, they're going to have to do something about it. So,
Yeah.
but this is just referring to Stevens. I know there has been legitimate lawsuits that came out of season
Sure.
5, which are not about working conditions or hourly pay, which that's a whole other thing. We're just talking about Stevens' lawsuit.
Yeah, his
Mhm.
seems really baseless. Like, he's trying to
Yeah,
mimic exactly what happened in season 2, but the season 5 lawsuits were, like, real
different.
serious stuff. Yeah, those were different.
Yes.
Yeah, I think Marissa did a really great job breaking it down. If you guys are interested, go watch her video. It is up on TikTok and Instagram, and it gives more of a legal perspective since she is an attorney. So,
Hmm.
and it's helpful that she was literally on the same exact season as him. So I'm curious to see if any of the other contestants are going to join it, since it is a class action lawsuit. I bet you Tyler does, and I bet you Ram does.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be my guess.
What Netflix should do is say to Steven, oh, do you want to go on Perfect Match, and see if his tune would change at all. So, because I did see him yesterday sharing, like, oh, a year ago they were announced the cast, and like sharing some memories from that. So it's like, okay, are you wanting to distance yourself from the show or not? Are you? They like the attention it brings, but then they also want to sue them. So it's like very strange. So
Yeah.
yeah. But hopefully, no lawsuits will come from the upcoming season 9. It's in Denver and airs October 1st. So we're getting really close. Like,
Yeah.
less
Yeah.
than 2 weeks now, so very exciting.
Yeah. We got
Mhm.
it's gonna be a good season. It's gonna be a
Yes.
good season. I'm excited. So
Any other thoughts on the receipt report? Anything else happening in the universe?
nope, I think that's it for today. So let's get into Love Island Games, episode
Let's
3.
do it. All right. Well, it started with the fallout from the duel that
Mhm.
Josh won and Lucinda won, which Lucinda was a surprise. It was us that she won. um, Josh and Andrea had a little chat, a little chit chat, and a little kiss. It was a little. You're not a fan of them, right?
I'm not a fan of Josh. He's
No.
really getting on my nerves. Like, just him saying, I literally have written down power couple back together. It's been 2 days, Joshua. It's been
Uh huh.
2 days. He's annoying me. Like, it's been 2 days. You're not a power couple. She's not your girl. You don't know her. This isn't the Olympics. You're taking this way too serious. Like, it's annoying. Like, it's just annoying. Like, sir, relax, please.
I think he's just trying to do what he did on his season, because it was really similar. Him and Shannon coupled up right away, and they rode it all the way to the end, and like thought that they had their moments of, like, I think he like was with someone else for a minute, but he really coupled up with the person he went to the end with right away. And I think he's trying to just recreate the whole
Okay.
what happened the first time he was on. But I like them. I don't know why, but I'm enjoying that he's taking it so seriously. Maybe I'm biased though after seeing what happened to him the first time. I think if you
Yes.
didn't watch his season, if this was the first time I was seeing him, I could definitely see being like, what the hell is wrong with this guy? But seeing him like go so close to winning last time and then having to leave because of what happened with his sister, it's so hard to be
Right.
hard on him, because I'm like, I
Right.
want to see him win it. And I think, yeah, he is taking it a little serious. Like, maybe he
Yeah,
should have
because
done Love Island again.
seeing it, or right, like, hearing it, right? He said
Hmm.
it at the beginning of the episode, what happened to him during his season, and it's
Hmm.
so sad, but I can only imagine it has more of an effect if you actually watch the season
Yeah.
and seen the emotions. Like, I get, like, just rooting for him and wanting to see him win and, like, have a second
Hmm.
chance, but I think, because I don't have that, like, emotional connection to him, I'm like,
Yeah.
"Sir, relax," you know?
Yeah. Because they were like, it was literally 2 days before finale when he left. So he was so close to winning. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's hard to not give him a break, which maybe
Yeah.
isn't fair. But and I also
It's fair.
think, like,
It's fair. It's 100% fair.
I don't remember him having this sort of like attitude last time or seriousness. Obviously, it wasn't a competitive game then as much, But so I don't know. It might be being in the environment. Sometimes like grief can be like anger a little. So he might have a little bit of like underlying things going on just being there, and it's coming out like a little crazy. like
Okay, that's
just
fair. That's a fair point.
but it's hard to say. You'd have to know him in real life and be like, no, he's just like that all the time, or if it's just the environment. I'm not sure. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I like them. I didn't think I would be saying that about Andrea, but here I am rooting for her. So
Yeah, Andrea's not, or Andrea, I don't know how she likes to say it,
I
but
don't know how to
it
say it either.
doesn't, she's not really, like, she's kinda just there. She's not, like,
Yeah.
giving a lot. She's not, like,
Mm,
giving main character energy, that's for sure, but she's also not, like, extremely annoying as she was on TikTok after her initial season, so,
mhm.
I guess that's a good thing.
Yeah, I think she's doing that probably, like, consciously, like, toning it down, you know what I mean? Like,
Okay.
she's probably being mindful that people were expecting her to be super annoying, so she's just being more chill, but it was kinda gross when they were kissing, and then she said something about him having cotton mouth. I'm like, "That doesn't sound like a good time to be
Yeah,
kissing."
she was almost like, didn't she say something along the lines of like, "I'm gonna basically not say anything because you told me you have cotton mouth?" You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So that kind of implied to me that like, your breath is funky, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. If someone told me they had cotton mouth, I wouldn't be like, "Well, let's kiss." Like
Yeah, like you've
Mhm.
got nothing to give in this
No.
moment, you know? So,
Then, Lucinda and Tyreek have a little chit chat. I think they would be cute together. I don't know if they were on, like, a season together.
I
Do they
think
know
they
each
were, that's what it seemed like. They seemed to have like a brother-sister. I don't know what season Lucinda was on, but
No,
I
me
know
either.
Tyreek was on season 10, but it sounded to me like they 100% know each other.
Yeah, I wonder if they have, like, any history or anything, but, Andreina didn't like seeing them hug, but she
Yeah.
had a little chat with Charlie. Charlie and Andreina having a chat together was a little painful to me. Like, they're both I don't know. They're just this is their second try around, and I just don't they're just not giving, like, Love Island energy. I don't know. They were
Yeah.
also sad because they lost, though, so it could've been that too, but
Yeah, and it's like they obviously have that, like, we were on the same season love there, but I don't know, there's something about I'm liking Andrina so far. I'm
mhm,
liking her seeing more of her personality, her laugh, like, I think it's interesting that she said she's not jealous because she clearly got jealous when she seen listened to talking to,
yeah,
Tyreek, but, like,
mhm,
there's something about Charlie's energy for me that I just can't. It's like he's angry, but then he's funny, but then he's playful, but then he's serious, but then
mhm.
I don't know. It's just something like I'm jumping
I think
ahead, but
it's
I'm glad he got sent home and not Kendall as much as I don't like Kendall. Like, you know what I mean?
mhm.
So,
I think Charlie just has, like, British curmudgeon energy or something. Like, I think that's more common there. We've talked about this when we covered Perfect Match, where we were like, we just not getting their humor because it is very, like, negative, picking or, like yeah, just negative, which that's sort of like their flirting, their banter, so I just think he doesn't know how to act, right? Because you're with Americans and you're with UK people, and he just doesn't seem to have the right banter, right? He doesn't
yeah.
know what to do. Mhm.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I don't know. There's something with his energy that I don't connect with because you see Tyreek, who is also from UK, and he
yeah.
definitely has that mean
Yeah.
bear that we've all been talking about that we don't understand, but it's also, like, entertaining when he does it, but when
Mhm.
Charlie does it, it's like it's not landing, I don't know.
No. Uh, Kendall and Garby, I didn't see that kiss coming. I was like, "Whoa, go Kendall." Were you
Yeah.
shocked?
Yeah,
What did you think?
first of all, I think Garby is stunning, like, her
Mhm.
makeup, I'm just, like, keep staring at her makeup like I need her makeup routine because it just looks so amazing. I think
Mhm.
she's stunning. I don't know if Kendall is into her. Like, I don't know. It seems like maybe that kiss, it seemed like maybe, but I don't know. Like,
No,
Kendall
I
is
still find him very fake.
yeah, like, he's so fake that I'm like, "Are you acting? Like, what are you doing right now?" I think they look good together, like, say what you want, Kendall's corny and cringy, and I hate that his braids are dangling, but, like,
Mhm.
he's not an ugly guy, so I think they look good together. I'm just not sold that Kendall's into her, and I think that the
No.
minute a girl that he deems as his type comes in, he's gonna drop Garby. And I just want her to be cautious of that, you know?
Well, yeah, I think he's playing very strategically, and I think we saw that play out at the end because those people were not saving Kendall is because they liked Garby, right? And he's so smart to do that, right? He picked Garby because he knows all the girls like her and everybody likes her. And he knew, like, if they were in that position, that they would probably get saved. And then that's exactly what happened at the end of the episode. I did see someone comment on the page. This is controversial, so I don't know what you think, but they said Kendall is pulling a Kenny, like with Janae, and that Garby is like his Janae. And he just sees
Mhm.
that this girl is so in with the girls and so loved that he's like, that's who I'm going to zone in on because
Yeah.
that's going to get me to the end. Or do you think he genuinely likes her?
I don't think he genuinely likes her. And that's like
No.
that's the issue here. And I think that a common theme that I have noticed specifically with Love Island USA is that love like USA watchers like really root for the black woman, right? Like
Hmm.
season after season, they want to see that black woman or black couple like make it to the end.
Yeah.
And I
Hmm.
feel like contestants have picked up on that and they know to ride the coattails of the black girl because that's
Hmm.
going to help you get to the end. So I fear that that is what Chris is doing. And
Hmm.
I fear that that is what Kendall is doing. You know what I mean? Like Kendall firsthand seen it happen. Janae and Serena are the favorites. They came out of there being the favorites. So, you know
Hmm.
what I mean? I don't think he's blind to that, you know?
No. I
And same
think,
with Chris. Like he's seen Olandria and Shelly. Like he sees Olandria's success coming out of the villa. You know what I
yeah.
mean? And how loved she is. And he's like, you know what I mean? I don't think that they're oblivious to those facts. So
No, I definitely, like I said, I think they're pulling a Brian, they're just like glomming on to the girl that they're like, who's going to be the star? And that's who they're picking, right? That's
yeah,
exactly what Brian did to Amaya, and look what happened. They didn't last 2 weeks out of the villa. So, yeah, I don't trust Kendall, but we'll see. If
we'll
they
see.
date for like 2 years out of the villa, then I'll start trusting him. But I'm not
Not
gonna.
even then, because look at Kenny.
Maybe
Like I
5 years.
literally
That
like
was 1 year.
Yes, 1 year. That's true because I swear, like, what's so funny is one of my best friends just started watching, season 6. Like, I told her, like,
Oh,
"Season 6, right? And, like, let me know your thoughts." Mind you, she's, like,
mhm.
not on TikTok, so she doesn't know she didn't know that Janae and Kenny ended up breaking up. She didn't watch
Oh
Beyond the
my
Village.
gosh.
So she's watching the show, giving me her honest thoughts. And she tells me, she was like, I don't know. There's something wrong with Kenny. Like, he doesn't seem into Janae. And I said, I had that same exact opinion when I watched season 6 and people lit me
Mhm,
up. People said, oh,
mhm.
you're just hating on her. You don't want to
Yeah.
see her loved properly, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I don't know. There's something off with his body language, with like, he doesn't really make eye contact with her. He leans away from her. Like, there's certain things that I was like, I don't know, there's something off here. And she had that same exact sentiment. And when Beyond
Mhm.
the Villa came out and they were still together, I said, "Oh, okay. I was wrong." Like I guess I was wrong. So
Yeah.
to know that like yeah, like he faked it this whole entire time. You can really ride the coattails of somebody like and then so when I told my friend that's so crazy that you said that because this is actually what happened, and she was like, "Oh
Mm.
my god, like I knew it." Because at the reunion too, she was like, "Oh, well, I guess I'm wrong, like they're still together."
Yeah.
And I was like, "They're actually not." Like,
Yeah.
shit the fan, like too. And then I started
Yeah.
showing her all the videos of what happened and she was like, "Oh my god, like that's so crazy." So,
Yeah. Well, I
yeah.
remember for myself watching it, I was like, Kenny does not want anything to do with Janae. He's so not into her until that moment when remember when he cried with like Leah and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I guess he's just not good at expressing himself. He wouldn't just fake this cry. He does like her, right? And now looking back, I'm like, damn it. He saw that his edit was going down the toilet and he was like, I got to do something. And he cried and we all fell for it. Well, not you, but I did. So,
Yeah, 'cause I think even in my review when he cried, I was like, "What the fuck he
yeah.
crying for? Like, this is not even, like, a moment to cry." Like, you know what I
No.
mean? Like,
Well,
I
he really painted himself as this like, yeah, he couldn't express himself well. So I think when he cried, I was like, oh, okay, he, because yeah, it didn't feel like a normal crying moment. So it's like, okay, he just has all this, he doesn't know how to express himself, and it's
yeah,
all pent up, right? And it's like,
yeah,
oh, okay, like what man would just cry and fake it? Like that's too far, right? I mean, what man would date someone for a year and fake it? He really opened our eyes, sadly, and I hate that it happened to Janae, but he really, I think, opened everyone's eyes because everyone was like, you wouldn't date after the villa if it wasn't real, and now we see that some people would. So
Yeah.
we don't trust anyone, Kendall. Sorry, you're
Yeah.
getting the
Yeah,
smoke for
and
it.
what's so funny is that my friend also had the same sentiments that I had about Miguel. He was like, "Miguel's not into her, like, he's just trying to make it to the end." And I was like, like, spoiler, like, they're still together and they're actually the cutest freaking couple ever. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's and like genuinely you can tell like Miguel is like head over heels for Leah. So it's like
Uh-huh.
it's crazy how things are perceived. But what did you think of Andreina in Tyreek's chat where he told her to her face, maybe maybe we should couple up competitively with somebody and then kind of hang out during the day and get to know each other on a personal level.
I wrote brutally honest because that's what he is. Like, he
He's
is.
so real. That's what I wrote down. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she was already on the verge of tears, and then he said that, and she couldn't hold it in anymore, and she cried. But I
Yeah.
mean, I think strategically, very smart of him. I think he was very horrified by her performance. And like later on, we'll get there. But when Johnny's like, "Isn't Lucinda like this big?" Like it was shocking, I think, to everyone how bad Andreina did. But he could have whatever. Like, what's that gonna? You don't need to be that honest. He could have been like, "You did your best. Good for you." But he was a little
Yeah.
brutal. So.
Yeah, and that
Mhm,
she was really upset thinking that she was gonna go home, and it was, like, really sad to hear her say, like, "This happened to me last time, like, I like somebody, I had a connection, and um I didn't get to ride that out, and I'm still very
mhm,
confused by season 7 how, TJ and her came in as bombshells and didn't get to there was an elimination, and they didn't get to save somebody, like, they didn't get a choice, they didn't get to pick
mhm,
somebody that they wanted to couple with, like, most bombshells come in and get to either steal somebody or pick somebody that they want, like, it is still
mhm.
very confusing to me. Did you see that there was a TMZ where they caught up with Jeremiah?
No.
And they were asking him about Love Island Games, and then he was like, "Don't talk to me about Love Island Games," and he was like and I don't know how serious he was, but he was like, I'm sick, like, watching it, like, watching Andrina with
Oh,
whatever, he was like, I'm
yeah,
sick, don't talk to me about Love Island Games, like, don't talk to me, I can't," like, so,
uh-huh.
yeah,
I heard he turned it down. Do you think that's true?
probably, yeah.
Yeah,
I think
probably
he's,
wouldn't.
like, one that would maybe think he's above it now, like, he's too good for it, doesn't
Mhm.
need to do it, I don't know.
And he did get away with, pretty good at it, you know what I mean? So once you when you leave and you're pretty well liked, it's risky to go back again because you can only go down, right? You don't need a
Yes.
redemption, so, yes, exactly. Chris really fucked it up.
Yeah,
Uh,
he in my opinion, got a pretty good edit, like, people were kind of really liking him except for, like, Huda fans, obviously, but then
mhm. No, we all hate him now.
yeah, no, sucks. Yeah.
Yeah, so KK and Tyreek had a little flirting, a little kiss. What do you think of them as a couple?
Um, I as a couple, I like them, like, as a couple, I
Mhm.
like them. I think, again, Tyreek is giving us really good TV. He's such
Yes.
a messy like, the fact that he went and kissed KK and then asked Andreina if she was okay in the bed, I was like, "You're diabolical." I do
Mhm,
think it's very wild that KK is like, Chris is saying it's too soon to cuddle, and KK saying that he's boring and that he's moving at a much slower pace than what she's used to. It's been 2
mhm,
days, and I think that we're all forgetting that, like, sometimes we get caught up in Love Island land and be like, "Oh my god, like, why isn't he cuddling her? Why won't he kiss her?"
mhm,
It's been 2 days. So,
mhm,
now we see that Chris is not only just, like, a slow burn with, like, Huda and Shelly, but he is actually, like, a slow burn. I
mhm.
personally don't think that Chris is into KK. I think if he was into KK, he would maybe give her a little cuddle.
Yeah.
She seems fed up with it, and she's ready to move on. Proud of her for that because on her season, when I tell you she didn't have eyes for nobody else, she wouldn't even touch pinkies with nobody else.
Oh,
Like,
no.
she was locked in on Keenan since day 1.
Mhm.
I am glad that she is open to exploring other people, and,
Yeah,
I don't think Chris is into her, but I do think it's crazy that she kissed Tyreek, so
yeah. Yeah, I agree that I think Chris is not cuddling or kissing her because he wants to switch. Like, he wants to a different partner, right? And so he
Mhm.
knows if he cuddles her, kisses her, he's gonna be hated because it's like you let her on and you're not into her. If he was into her, he would be kissing her like Tyreek, right? He's
Yeah.
not that slow over, and he wanted to kiss Huda, and Huda wouldn't. So
And he's not even making her breakfast. He was making Shelly and Huda breakfast. Like, he's not even making breakfast. Like, he's just like, he doesn't care. Like, he literally doesn't care. Like, you're just gonna let her starve. Mert had to make oatmeal for everybody because Chris is not even making her breakfast. Like,
I wonder if Chris knows who's coming in, and if he had Justine. I wonder if that's what he's thinking, because I kind of feel like he's waiting for somebody, but I don't know who. So I
mm,
feel like he's not wanting to lead KK on. He's like barely acknowledging her because he's gonna switch as soon as he can. So maybe we'll see
yeah.
that in the next episode.
And
But
that honestly would be a good pair physically, as far as like, obviously, Justine is a really strong competitor. She won the season, Love
mhm,
Island Games, and then I do think that that is his physical type, and I also think
yeah,
that Chris is her physical type, so that might actually be a match. Yeah.
yeah, we'll see what happens in the next episode. But yeah, I definitely don't think he's trying to slow burn it. So they send Andreina and Charlie out on a little date day, and we see the new bombshells. It's
Mhm.
Justine and Johnny. So,
Mm.
I mean, when I saw Charlie was going to see Justine, I felt bad for her. I don't think that's her type at all. Like,
Well, so Jack
mhm.
was who she won the season with last year, was a British white
Oh,
boy,
okay. But
but
like, did he have more personality?
he had more
That's more,
personality, and Jack honestly had more of, like, a swag to where
yes.
he had a beard. You could tell that he was down with the brown, that he dated or liked black women. Charlie absolutely does not,
Yeah.
so, or in my opinion, I don't think he does, but yeah, I was like, "Okay, this is not gonna be a match romantically." However, I thought that Johnny and Andrina, we heard her in episode 1 saying that Tyreek and Johnny DM'd her, but
Yeah.
it seems like she more than DM'd Johnny, because what the hell was he talking about? He was like, "Oh, should we tell them how far we went or how well we know each other?" Like, did they bang?
Well, what confused me, because he was like, "Should we tell them we hung out? Should we tell them we kissed?" And then it cut again, and it came back. So I'm like, was he talking about what they did there, like, and they just reversed the order, or do you think he meant they hung out and kissed outside? Like,
No.
how did Andreina have time for that? Because she was only out of the villa for like what, 3 weeks, a month, and
Yeah, 2 months, she said, technically.
oh, okay,
Technically, she's been out of the villa for 2 months. Clearly, something has happened, like, they've hooked up or they've like,
hmm,
but I felt like he was alluding to something more happening than a kiss, like, how should we tell them, like, our history, how far we go back? But Johnny is very, very cringy. I know that on his season, he was, like, really, really hated. I didn't watch his season. I did watch him on Love Island Games. He was a player. He was turning his head every 5 seconds. He was an a-hole. Like, he was all of those things, and I think he actually, had a secret baby. You know what I mean? He ended up, like, he does have a child, so he ended up being one that, like, had a baby. Like, he was like a Louis Russell, like, where he
uh-huh,
had a baby and didn't tell anybody about it, and nobody knew about
hmm,
it, and then it's like the internet found out. But you could tell he's just douchey, like,
lucky,
even, like, saying to Andreina, like, "Oh, give me a kiss." Like, "Sir, you give
yeah.
me a kiss, princess. Like, I am the woman here, okay? Like, you make the move. Like, don't make the women make the move." Like, that's so annoying.
Yeah, I think it was funny though that Andreina seemed so into Tyreek and was like crying about not being coupled, and then the second Johnny showed up, she was like, "Tyreek who?" Like she didn't care anymore.
Yeah,
So,
my girl's got a type, okay? She's for sure got a type. Her type is pretty, mixed, and corny, okay? Like, 'cause Jeremiah, Johnny, like, I don't know about Tyreek. I don't think Tyreek is corny yet, but, like, that's her type. Like, she likes him pretty, which,
yeah,
you know, who
I
does?
was just looking up this Johnny baby thing. So yeah, it
Yeah,
looks like it was born a year ago.
yeah,
She is a girl,
yeah,
or maybe more than that, maybe
yeah,
like a year and a half. So, oh, that's interesting. So
yeah,
it's so funny how he has a baby, right? But like that's not been mentioned. But like Huda going on with the child, it was like they had to like call her a single mom every 5 minutes. But
yeah.
when a man has a baby, it's like It doesn't even affect his life. It's like with Louis, right? Not a mention on Perfect Match. Like if a woman was having a baby going on Perfect Match, yeah, it's just the double standard is so funny.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Hmm.
Yeah. So I wonder if he will mention it, but it doesn't seem to be of any importance to him. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Maybe he will though. I mean, I hope he does if he's planning on dating anyone, but like you said, he's a player. He's probably just there for the money, so maybe it won't even
absolutely.
come up.
Absolutely.
What did you think of Solen and Isaiah's chat? She's into him. You
She's
think he's
into him.
into
I
her?
like her. I don't know. There's something about her that I really like. I think she's like very mysterious. I don't know. She reminds me of in the best way possible of like Cruella DeVille, and I don't know why. I don't know why. Like, because Cruella DeVille's like evil, but like I don't find her to be evil. I just find her to be like mysterious and like
Yeah.
I like her banter. I think she's witty. Like, I think she's not a punk bitch. Like, she has a very strong personality. I like her. I
Yeah,
like
I think she reminds me obviously because she's French, like the girls that were covering on Love Is Blind France, right? They're just very direct. They don't play
Yeah.
around. They
Mhm.
say what they're thinking. Yeah, they're not, they are either loved or hated. You can come across as a bitch to some people, but some people will enjoy the
Yeah.
directness, right? It's
Yeah, because the
entertaining.
Love Is
It's good for
Blind, like
TV.
Sarah from Love Is Blind, I think she's a complete bitch. But I think, I think Solyn, I don't know, there's something like very likable about her. I like that she was playing it cool with Isaiah, trying to act like she didn't like him, didn't give too much
Mhm.
away. I think they're a much better couple than her and Mert.
Yeah.
But we did see
Was
Mert and Lucinda kind of share a kiss and like kind of get out of that weird little rut they were in, I guess, because one
Mhm.
thing I don't appreciate about Lucinda is like he's obviously there's a language barrier. He's trying to communicate, and when he says certain stuff, she laughs at it, and I just feel like
Mhm.
what the hell he's trying to say. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So why are you gotta laugh at him and then like make him elaborate on what he meant?
Yeah.
Like, girl, you know what he meant, you know? So I don't like
Yeah,
that.
she kind of embarrassed him when he was like, "I can make you feel better," and she was, like, laughing. I think she was
Like,
probably just a little nervous and it
yeah,
came out not right, like, laughing
yeah,
at him because he's putting himself out there. That's, like, scary and awkward, especially when it's not your first language, and then,
yeah,
yeah, she made him feel stupid, so Oh,
yeah.
going back to Solène for a minute, she's on Below Deck right now, did you know that?
I heard her say it in
Mhm,
that she's done, Love Island and Below Deck, but I don't watch that show, so
mhm. I feel like she must be different on that one because 'cause I've seen a lot of comments like, "I hated her, but now I love her on this," so I've never watched that one. I'll have to go back and check it out, but I think she causes a lot of trouble over there, so
oh, yeah.
that doesn't surprise me, yeah.
That doesn't surprise me either, yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like her, so,
Yeah,
yeah, I thought, Mert and Lucinda's kiss was cute. I think yeah, they obviously have a lot of chemistry and, like, attracted to each other, but I don't know, it seems like she needs a lot of banter, and I just don't think he can do that. He
yeah,
can't really get
yeah,
over that, so
yeah, I agree, yeah. So, who do you think is a good match for her?
I don't know, I mean, like I said, I liked her little chat with Tyreek, but I feel like he goes good with anyone because he's really good at the banter, right? So it's
He's
easier
really
to
good at banter, yeah.
yeah, so it's easier to picture him with anyone because it's not awkward when he's with anybody, so I like him with her, but I don't know if there's anyone else I could see for her right now. So
Yeah,
maybe maybe if a new person comes in, but
maybe, yeah, maybe if a new person comes in. Charlie and her didn't even talk, did they?
no. I no, not really. I don't think he had the right personality for her either. So I'm trying to
Yeah,
think if there's anyone not on right now that I could think of that would be good for her, but
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
Like maybe Isaiah, but I think
Maybe.
Celine has
Yeah,
her
so
sights set
Lynn and
on
him
him.
seem like
So
they seem like a good little pair. So on this little date that they had, Johnny and Andre, they get to pick couples to compete against. And that's the thing with these challenges, right? You never know if it's like going to be a strength challenge or this because I was very surprised that Andreina got her ass kicked by Lucinda, especially with her being so much bigger than her. And it was like kind
mhm,
of a pull challenge. This
mhm,
next one was more of a I don't even know what you call it, balance, like,
mhm.
like
Concentration.
concentration, teamwork challenge. I guess that challenge did require a lot of teamwork. Andreina and
Mhm.
Johnny go against Garby and Kendall, which was risky because obviously Garby is like she won number 1. And then,
Mhm.
Johnny and Charlie went against Nicola and
Yeah, and
Isaiah. And I
Isaiah.
love Nicola. Like, she's so positive. Like, she was, like, so happy to get chosen. I'm like, "Girl, you do know that somebody gets eliminated if they lose." You're like, "Yeah, fuck yeah, come on, this bitch. I'm gonna tell her." Yeah, I'm like, "Okay, she's so cute."
Yeah. She was super excited to get to compete, and then during, like, the competitions, the men were getting a little cranky, though. They were like Kendall was yelling at Garby, and they were getting really frustrated, so that was funny
Yeah,
to watch.
that seems like a very tough, like, 'cause it really was looking bad for, Nicola.
Mhm.
Like, they kept having to go back in the beginning. I really thought that they were gonna lose, but
Yeah,
that
me too.
seems, like, really hard. Like, some of them were doing it with, like, 1 hand. I'm like, I would think that 2 hands would be better. Like, I'd be like,
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah.
but, it was a wild little challenge.
Yeah, it was exciting. I wasn't surprised that Johnny and Andreina won because I feel like this was more a challenge for her. Like she's not good at the physical ones we see
Yeah.
now, so this seemed more like something she would be good at. So yeah, it's weird how you just don't know. Is it going to be like a puzzle? Is it going to be physical?
Yeah, and
So
I think Johnny and her worked really well together. He
yes,
talked her through it, and, like, I think they worked really well together, and
yeah, he
Tyreek
had
was a
good
little
patience.
pissed.
Yes,
Tyreek was pissed. He was pissed. Like, clearly she needs him to win, so she should stay with him. That was hurt. He was hurt
yes,
inside. He was hurt. Like, Johnny's good looking. She's probably attracted to him, and they have good teamwork, but I think he's self-sabotaging, like, he's pushing her away because him a little jealous,
hmm
you know?
Yeah, that was so mean. Like after Andreina cried to him and was so sad to lose and like she finally won, he could have been so happy for her in that moment and been like, "Good job, you did it." And because he acted like that was so important, winning to him, and she won, and then he made her feel shitty about it. So
Yeah,
that was
and
kind of
it's
brutal.
almost like she turned to him for validation, like, she turned to him to be like, "I
I
won, like,
won.
I got rid of the necklace, like, I won something," like, almost like, "Does that change your view of me? Like, does that now make you wanna be my partner so we can compete together?" And he was like, "Oh, she needs him to win, she should just stay with him. Like, I can't believe in somebody who doesn't believe in herself." Like, how does she not believe in herself by celebrating her win? You're an asshole,
Yeah, that
take a
was
bitch while she's down, like,
yeah, his little banter is funny sometimes, but that was just too far. Like he should have just been happy for her. If he actually liked her, he would have been. But like you said, he was jealous and hurt, and
mhm.
I don't know what
And
his problem was.
yeah, I love that Johnny was like, "Don't worry about that. Like, don't even
Yeah,
worry about that." But don't trust Johnny, Andrine, I promise you. The next
I was
bad
gonna
boy that
say
walks through
that's
that door, he's gonna turn his head 100%.
yeah. This doesn't leave Andreina in a good position because her and Tyreek were fairly strong, I thought, and now that he talked to her that way, I hope she's not gonna give him another chance. So,
I
and then
think she
Johnny is, you think she will?
mhm.
After he set embarrassed her after her win, that would be
I think she will, especially if he apologizes.
yeah. You think he will apologize?
I don't know. He doesn't
No.
seem like he has that capability, so I'm not sure.
No. Do they do on Love Island games, like, the women pick and the men pick, or is it always, like, a competition to see like, who pairs up and who goes home?
It's always a competition. Like, everything is
Okay.
based on games. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
But
I was
and
just
then
wondering.
and then Garby and Kendall lost against Anarina and Johnny, and then Charlie and Justine lost against Nicola and Isaiah. And then
Mhm.
Charlie can't catch a break. He couldn't get rid of that necklace. He still had that
No.
necklace. I'm glad Anarina didn't have the necklace. And we ended up, you could tell Garby felt really bad. She felt like they lost the challenge because of her. I feel like it's hard to tell
Yeah.
who's losing, like, why you lose is just, like, we're not in sync. That's just the
Mhm.
problem.
Yeah.
And then we had Kendall versus Charlie, and we see that most everybody chose to save Kendall
Kendall and yeah.
for Garby.
Yeah. Yeah. I kind of feel like that was for Garby's benefit, so I don't know if he would have been paired with someone else if they would have saved him, but also they do probably know, like Charlie obviously came in later and he wasn't maybe as friendly as Kendall, so maybe they would have picked Kendall. I don't know. But I definitely know the girls. I feel like they did that for Garby. So
100.
smart couple of Kendall for sure.
Yeah, I think, yeah, yeah, for sure. So then
Who,
Charlie goes home. Who?
yeah, who did they show at the end? I don't know who that was.
I have no idea who that was. Oh,
Wow. Okay.
they're like Love Island royalty, right? Or Love Island legend. He looked
Yeah.
really familiar, but then I was like, no, actually, I don't know him.
It's so confusing because it's like Peacock only airs in the United States, right?
Right.
So why are they trying to appease to all these other countries, or do they hope people get like a VPN? Like, what is the plan here?
I
Because I'm like,
don't
why
really
are they?
know what the plan is. Oh, we do have a vote tonight. So I see that
Oh,
on the app. A vote tonight. First look, episode 4, first fights, first couples challenge, plus the first vote. Let's
so what do so we vote for like the couple we like or the couple that goes home, or we don't know yet?
I don't know yet. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, but the first look is out. So I was trying to see if they show the new boy to see if I could get a better gauge on who he is. But yeah, I
Yeah, they
guess
must.
we're
Let
gonna
me
have
check the
to wait till
comments and
tonight.
so no one's even talking about who it is in the comments.
Did
So
you
like
gu-
this
did you
person,
notice Ariana's mamacita dress?
yes, so
Yeah,
it was cute. Yeah,
yeah,
she looked so good.
yeah.
Sorry, I'm just reading the comments and they're all like yelling at Chris.
Ah,
He's getting mad at KK in this first look apparently and saying she's not showing affection. So
I know you fucking lying. I know, and
that's
what is with these guys expecting the girl to show the affection? But remember, wasn't he saying that with Huda too? That she's not showing that she only wants to show affection in the bedroom,
uh-huh.
but not in public. But he was at least trying to kiss her, and she wouldn't kiss him back.
Okay. So we just watched the first look and they don't mention who the new bombshell is. So we still don't know who it is, but we'll find out maybe on the next episode because that was strange.
That
They
was
didn't
strange.
show him, did they?
They
No,
didn't
but
show him. No, they didn't show him. But we do have the first couples challenge. It looks like there's trouble in paradise with Andreina and Tyreek. He's being his assholey self. She's kind of
mhm.
drifting to Tyreek's drifting to KK. He looks like she's going with Johnny. I find it funny that Tyreek is so worried about the challenges. And in this next one, he is in a couple technically with Lucinda, who did the worst.
Yeah,
And Johnny's a really good competitor, but it looks like in this next challenge that the girls have to do a lot of like the work, which is
yeah,
worrisome for Johnny. But we'll see.
yeah. It's gonna be interesting. And
It's gonna be good. They said that it's getting messy. Like we see that Chris finds out about KK's kiss with Tyreek. Andreina finds out about the kiss. We have some switcheroos. It's getting good. I feel like
yeah,
if you've been on the fence about Love Island games, I feel like this next episode is gonna spruce it up. So
yeah. It looks like it's about to get super messy. I wonder who told Chris about the kiss because I think we saw KK told Celine, right? We saw that.
Solen. Did
And I
she
wonder
tell
if
Andrea? She told no, she told Solen. Did she
mhm.
tell Andrea?
I don't think so, but I
Who
wonder if we'll
was
find out who told it.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, so far it could only be Solen.
Mhm.
She's the only one that
I
knows.
was I was kind of wondering when KK and her were having that chat. I'm like, I don't know if I
Did
would be
Tyreek
telling all
tell
this. Probably. I could see
anybody?
that too.
Okay, okay.
So,
So we'll find out. Hopefully Solen's
yeah.
lady. So
Yes. Yeah, it's getting good. So,
yeah,
obviously it airs again tonight, so we'll be back soon with another recap. Got our Bravo Day coming up and Love is Blind France. We just released that yesterday, so go check it out. And any final thoughts?
nope. I'll
No.
see you guys soon.
See you soon. Thanks for listening, guys. We appreciate you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.